A rare glimpse inside a private meeting in Washington between the UK team and the head of the International Monetary Fund.
We know that you have been very determined.
There is clearly tension here. The IMF thinks Britain will be the weakest economy in the G7 this year. The Chancellor begs to differ.
We're very focused on proving you wrong.
Excellent.
Can you explain, what does that mean? What are we talking about here?
Well, the IMF head said to me that she very much hopes I do prove her wrong. I think the context here, Ed, is that last year we had the fastest growing G7 economy, so we did very well last year. We have so far avoided recession this year, so the economy has shown resilience, but we want to be growing faster.
But do you think that those IMF forecasts are wrong? Is that your hunch?
Well, the Office for Budget Responsibility, which is the government's official forecaster, has much more optimistic forecasts. So if you're asking me which I think is more likely to be the case, I would go with the OBR.
But the latest vote from nurses on further strikes won't help.
What we say is that we will talk about anything except a deal that would mean that inflation is entrenched, and we're having the same discussion this time next year, because that's the root cause of people's anger. It's seeing inflation above 10%, the cost of the weekly shop going up.
Is there a concern here about what this means for the health service itself?
I urge people who are still voting for this pay deal to recognise the fact that union leaders say it's fair and reasonable. Patients want the NHS to be back to normal, and it will be better for staff as well.
Britain's not alone in facing these problems. It's just that it seems that bit worse in the UK right now, on growth, on strikes, on the cost of living. In his effort to prove the fund wrong, the Chancellor may have his work cut out. Ed Conway, Sky News in Washington.